What's up, everybody? Sean the D-Man here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great Friday. Get ready for the weekend. We are back for our first review of Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2, Cause and Effect. So, uh, Monarch Legacy of Monsters, this has been something I have been very much excited to check out. Obviously, since the first season, obviously, but more, season two dropped. I didn't even realize season two was dropping as early as it was. I think I knew it was coming in March, but I wasn't expecting like basically the last day of February for episode one to drop. So, but overall, very much excited for this series. It looks to be action packed, a lot of monster fighting and things like that. So, episode one, this isn't gonna be like a scene by scene review. This is just my general overall thoughts of the episode. So basically, we do the thing where we have like we're going back in time with the present, and we go back in time to a much younger Randa, um, um, Shaw, and Keiko. So the episode it kind of does like a quick little recap of everything that happened in season one. Um, so season two kicks off with basically they were getting they make it out and they're quickly having to get off the island because Kong is on a rampage. He is destroying everything. Um, like they were just demolishing everything in his path. And so one of the things that they talked about was like, you know, Kong was, we pissed Kong off. Like, Kong lets us stay there as long as we don't basically rock the boat. Well, they were rocking the boat, and we get Apex Cybernetics mentioned here as well. Now, if you remember, Apex will later go on in a few couple of years to create a Mecha Godzilla in the whole Godzilla versus Kong movie, and that's based in 2021. Um, and so the whole goal of the episode is you got Emiko wanted to try to get Shaw back. Everybody else is kind of like no. Well, not really. Everybody else is kind of like no, but like the deputy director of Monarch, Verdugo, if I said her name correct, she she's not wanting to risk it right now. You know, it's not good. And they're going over footage and things like that of why Kong attacked and things like that. And so with Keiko, this kind of falls back into what's going on with the present and the past because we get a flashback of Keiko, Shaw, and Randa in southern Chile looking for sea monster, basically a sea monster. They're still doing their Monarch um, exploration of finding and cataloging titans and stuff like that. They come across this little village, and even the boat driver is like he doesn't want to stick around. Um, and so obviously they walk through this little village, and it's a very rundown village. Very hostile people. Obviously, Randa doesn't read the room right and gets almost get his neck a little cut. But yeah, they so we come to find out. Ooh, sorry, we come to find out in this episode with this particular location that Randa, Shaw, and Keiko are at is these people basically worship. There is a Titan here, to say the least, or at least there's these little. I guess not sand fleas. It would be the best way to describe them, but these little crustacean things. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they have a name, but they have one pinned up on the wall, and obviously that draws the attention of Shaw because he tries to take a picture and they get hostile about it. But later throughout the little flashback, we learn that they're very. It's like they're very secretive about what's here. So the bartender. I don't think she had a name in the episode, but she basically tells Randa like it's not safe for you here. Um, you should leave. I could get you a boat. Um, but Keiko kind of like pushes, not pushes, but she kind of like, you're hiding, you truly are hiding something. And she's like, if I show you, you'll leave. And she takes him to this cave where there's like drawings. It's kind of like the same thing we saw at the end of Kong Skull Island, where you had Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston's characters. They're it show like cave paintings and stuff like that of the Titans and stuff like that. And you kind of see that same thing here, and we do see like a rendition of Titan X. Um, so that makes sense because there was a scene in the trailer I was curious about where like it looks like Keiko, Shaw, and Randa were like in a little small little village that's being overrun by little tick titans, and that's what that's probably gonna play in hand. That's probably gonna be something like in the next episode. Um, Visually, I thought everything looked relatively good. Um, so so they come out with a plan. So Emiko, Horatio, Kentaro, and I forgot the other girl's name. They come up with a plan to go and rescue Shaw. Now, one of the things about the trailer I was curious about how they were getting to Skull Island because there's this perpetual storm that surrounds the island 24/7. Well, it comes to find out at certain times, I guess I'm not they didn't specify, but at certain times there is a break in the storm to where you can actually navigate safely through it to reach Skull Island. And so that's basically what they did. There was a cool scene, not a cool scene. There was a cool Titan. I don't know what it was called, but it was like a bat creature. Because we seen these razor birds before in Kong Skull Island, and I think in Godzilla versus Kong also maybe X Godzilla X Kong as well. But we seen like those razor beaked type of birds. We've seen them plenty of times. There's like a scene where uh Horatio, uh Kentaro, Emiko, and I forgot her name. They're like hiding, and the razor beak gets shocked by it's like this bat like titan with like electricity discharging from its mouth. I was like, that is cool. That is something I have loved about the MonsterVerse is these unique designs of monsters. Whether it's Behemoth, Methuselah, Scylla, um, um, what was the other one? You can probably say Scar King. Yeah, the Mutos. I love the creativity of these Titans that Legendary has come up with. Um, so basically, they reached the site where Kong destroyed everything, and they got to get power going to try to rescue Scott because Emiko is adamant on rescuing Shaw. He didn't abandon her when she needed him. He came back. He helped her, and she's gonna do the same for him. Meanwhile, on the Monarch ship, Keiko is kind of just basically getting caught up to speed. Again, she's been down there. I think I think it was like her. She was down there what she thought was 57 days. So just a little over 2 months or close to 2 months. Where in reality she's been like down there for like 30, 40 years or something like that. And so I like Tim. He's like just showing her around, talking about the different what's all going on, and like he wants because like Keiko's kind of like I don't know how I will fit in and everything here. And Tim's like, you can return Monarch to what it was at the beginning. Like Monarch exists. I mean, they were kind of existing before her, I guess you kind of, but like Monarch is Keiko. This is her legacy, and so I'm curious on what he means by that. Like return Monarch to what it was. I'm trying to think. I kind of would have liked to see a shot of like this. Probably is going to come in a different episode, but like maybe Keiko's kind of like this tracks all the Titans that you documented or discovered, right? And you're like, yeah, and then she's like, there's one that I'm looking for, and like it's Godzilla. Um, but we are obviously we're going to see Godzilla at some point, and so I can't wait to see that. Um, I'm trying to think what else about the episode. So they go and they go get the portal activated, which awakes Kong. He's angry, and meanwhile, you got Shaw um down in the other dimension. They gave it a name. I just don't remember the name of it for some reason. But it looks like he's about to take on the same bull, not bull. It's like warthog type titan. Um, it had the same arrow that Keiko shot it with, and he's getting ready to like take it out, but the little capsule comes through the portal for his escape, but it lands right in front of like a large glowing mound. And that's when we see those same kind of like creatures that we saw during the flashback that was hung up on the wall. We see them start to scurry towards the mound. And Titan X comes out of the mound and makes his way through the portal. Like it looks to be massive. I thought we would have seen like a fight because we had that one shot of like Kong punching Titan X. I thought we were gonna have like a small fight right there, but I guess they're not gonna. I'm sure it'll come because it definitely looked like it was on Skull Island. So and there was also too. I remember I think somebody pointed it out. There's like a different. There was like a different scene that shows Godzilla fighting Titan X. So obviously we're gonna see both Godzilla and Kong fighting Titan X, and so again I'm curious on how this leads into like um not leads into Godzilla versus Kong, but like because it feels like there's gonna be like a previous encounter of the two that kind of sets up Godzilla versus Kong. We'll see. I could be wrong about that, but overall, I pretty solid first episode. Um, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to think of like what is there anything I didn't like? No, this was a pretty lengthy episode. I think. Let me see. This one was yeah. This one was like close to an hour. I believe it was, which is fine. Not really a big deal. I think most of it just are going to be like around 40-ish minutes. 40-ish minutes. So 40, 45 minutes. So, but I mean, overall, I really liked it. Like, listen, I'm a huge Godzilla fan, so I'm definitely gonna like watch it. But a pretty good solid start to the first episode. Um, I like the flashback stuff. I think it works well with this because it like I think it's like woven in relatively good. Um, poor Venduro, if I said her name correctly, the deputy director. We kind of saw it in the trailer, but like she gets like hit by one of Titan X's tentacles and gets sent flying. I don't know if it was like showing a shot of her like flying around the portal as it was going. There was like a shot that was trying to like probably like give you that idea that that's what was going on. She was like, because I don't think she like died when she got hit by the tentacle, but I gotta go back and look, but it definitely like went and um see. Uh, I've got to make sure because that's what it looked like. It looked like they were just trying to show that she was like flying around. Shaw battles his own little sand tick monster in the little time capsule. Oh wait, hold on, let me see. Okay, so she gets hit. I think so. I think it shows like she gets, or maybe it was just showing Titanex coming out of the portal. It's really hard to tell what that shot was, but I'm looking for. But yeah, overall, guys, and like I said, I'm not gonna do like a scene by scene review of the series. I'm just gonna give you my overall thoughts about it and just talk about stuff that happened in the episode. But overall, I am excited to see more of this. I had watched season one just before this, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a good series. So many good shows. Like we just finished up a Night of the Seven Kingdoms the other week, which I got to do a season one recap of that. But then we also have obviously Monarch Legacy of Monsters season two. Um, Daredevil Born Again comes out in March as well, like March 26th or something like that. So there's a lot of good shows coming out that I'm very excited for. But guys, that's relatively it. Wanted to give you guys a brief little review for episode one of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one.